Hey everybody, welcome back to Shorty Car Mods. Before we get started, make sure you check out our sponsor, the like button, and click it right below the video. Also, twitch.tv/CaptainSparkles, where if he looks like me and sounds like me, does that mean he is me? Nah, definitely just my doppelganger. Anyway, he could be live right now playing a game like Minecraft or Among Us or Stardew Valley, and you can find it at the link in the description and drop a follow. It's pretty swick. Anyway, let's start off with number 19. Why? They turned it into a... Okay, nope, just top comment says, most likely for a wheelchair. So I'm glad I did not say anything that would have made me feel really bad and embarrassed. So I can appreciate the DIY ingenuity here. It's probably easier than putting the wheelchair into the trunk of the car to have it out in the open, strap it down. It'd be even cooler if it was actually like a hydraulic thing. That'd be awesome, but... it looks like the exhaust is under there, so it probably doesn't do that. But yep, I don't know what it says here. It's a Dodge, something. Looks like Dodge veneer, nice and white, like tooth veneers. Thank goodness I caught the top comment. Just no. I mean, okay, come on, whoever posted this. It's taped on cardboard and tinfoil on the wheels. It's obviously done as a joke. This isn't legit. Nobody's driving around with this. The cardboard would just blow off everywhere. It's done just like while it's standing still to take a photo. Also, it reminds me of a 190E Evo, which is just like an earlier E-Class generation, but it's like, oh man, it's like a race car homologation car. They're so cool. There's one for sale on an auction website like a few months ago, and I really had to resist going for it. I was in the Netherlands though, and I'm like, oh, how big of a pain is it going to be to buy it and then try to import it into the US? And what if it doesn't work? Then that's going to be awful. But now I'm just imagining a 190E Evo with a roof scoop on it. I love roof scoops, and the 190E Evo, put them together. Oh, that would be so cool. It really does look like it though with the wing. The wing's extending a little bit too far. Like it's more of just an F40 style wing. If you can picture that, you probably can't. Don't worry about it. But I'm sorry, the 190 Evo is really cool. This has got to be the ugliest thing I've ever seen from South Africa. Hey, it looks a little bit like what they did with cardboard on the last car, except this time they went a step further and spray painted it, so at least it matches the body color, has some contrasting elements, things like that. Seems a little dangerous that it might just go flying off into other cars while you're driving on the road. But hey, as long as it makes it look cool and stuff, I don't think it's giving you real functional downforce. But if I had to give one compliment, it would be I think the wheels are actually pretty cool. They kind of remind me of racing wheels, and they have a nice little sidewall to wheel size ratio there, which again you actually see on race cars. They usually have thicker sidewalls on the tires. And so they might even be center locks. I don't know if they went full center lock on it, but that'd be pretty dope. So I like your choice of wheels. I'll give you that much. And then almost looks like you have a transaxle hanging out the back, which is kind of a cool look, but it probably isn't. I think that's like some strange exhaust muffler, something like that. But from the back, it looks a little bit better. I'll give you that much. It's for work, officer, I swear. Wait, is that a Camero? It's like an El Camino, but it's a Camero. And of course, the comment is El Camero. It's kind of great. And it's like, this is very America. You take a classic muscle car and you combine it with a pickup truck and it somehow works. I mean, this is genius. I don't know why this hasn't been sold to the general public. This is incredible. I'm at a loss for words. How could this is the wrong subreddit? This should be on Awesome Car Mods. This is amazing. Give it a little detail, make the paintwork back up to factory fresh. Oh my God, you've got a winner here. The Vietnamese Batmobile. So it's a Hyundai Genesis, and they put a Land Rover Discovery badge on the front. But why? It's not even like you took a sports car badge and you're like, maybe I can get away with faking it, or anything to do with Batman. You were just like, nope. Land Rover Discovery. I'm gonna take an SUV and just put it on the front of my car. No, it definitely makes sense, because when people look at this, they discover a feeling in themselves that they never thought they could have towards a car before. Also, is that a very furry dashboard? Heck yeah. It gets worse the longer you look. You know, I mean, a Z4 it's not a bad car to start with. It just seems a little unnecessary to add these crazy fender flares where the tires are probably rubbing, and then your added on splitter there looks a little bit flimsy and bent. I don't know, the wing seems like it go pretty well on a Z4. Looks better from the front than the new M3 or M4, so hey, at least it's got that going for it. Some poor girl got picked up in this. It must be like airline seats in there with no cargo capacity whatsoever, and it's like a Segway, and then you sit on top of it. It self-balances, only one axle, 2 wheels. It's such a small car. I thought smart cars were small, but it's just like the rear end of a smart car. I don't even actually know where you enter. Oh, I guess you open the trunk and then maybe you enter that way, and you sit backwards, and then you get to. I always thought it was really cool when I sat in the back of a station wagon growing up, and friends' parents had the seats that faced backwards. Oh, that was so great, because you would never pass anything. You could always just keep seeing wherever it was that you came from, versus like if you wanted to look at something when you're facing forward, you gotta crane your neck over. But that's what I thought was so cool about sitting facing backwards. So I had this in the shop today. I don't know, that's not the worst thing I've ever seen. The rotor actually looks pretty nice. And there are a lot of things on like a lot of nice cars that it's just like a cover. A lot of the carbon bits that you see on nice cars, it's not actually a part of like the chassis or anything. It's just like a carbon fiber cover that's put on top of something like mirror caps and what have you. So I don't know. The only thing is it looks like the rotors are a little small in comparison to the overall wheel well size, but it's probably easy to get like put off when the wheel is not actually in there to have something to reference in size. It just looks really small. Camber sharper than my kitchen knife. Her, I'm tired of playing games, I want to settle down. Still her. I don't get the caption, but also, oh my god, please, no, why? Oh. If the camber wasn't enough, you're rolling coal from the front of your compact, economical sedan. I'm in pain right now. Also, it's painful because the wheels that they have on there are actually pretty cool if it wasn't just completely slammed to the ground. But the rolling coal. Why? Wait, what? Why? Why out of... Why? Why? What? Beached Honda. Nope. Shh. No tunes. No tunes. He just, like, slammed into that driveway. I'm sorry, have you missed... Wait, can you not see out of your windshield? Your windshield is completely opaque. How are you driving? Could you see where you were going? Was the cameraman just yelling to you via walkie-talkie like, all right, forward, keep it straight. Okay, suddenly to the right, you're gonna hear a very massive impact as you slam into the... You should be fine. The momentum will carry you through the driveway rather than getting you stuck on it, where if you just, if you took it nice and at an angle to try to minimize the impact, you'd probably just get stuck. So you gotta just slam into it. Okay, cool. No, windshields are overrated. Everybody knows that if you're a great driver, you don't even need to see the road or any obstacles in front of you. You can just sense it. You're so connected to the car. Also, it's stuck. It's just spinning its tires now. LA has just terrible driveways all over the place. The inclines, it's awful. And so no matter the driveway, I always super slow, at an angle. No issues here with this man's. I don't know. Rim is greater than tire. When this thing drives, it just hypnotizes people who are next to it, and then they fall asleep at the wheel and they just end up crashing. That must be what's going on here. Also, oh my god, there is no tire. There's just a real trend these days on, even from the factory, OEM, like super low profile tires with a lot of wheel. And if you look back at older cars, you'll notice it was totally different. 20, 30 years ago. You have like really big sidewall and you have a smaller wheel. Even if you look at like an F40 or something, you notice you got a lot more, you have a lot more sidewall on there. And you still have that with race cars. And I do wonder if we were kind of hitting the limits of like how low profile the tires are going to be from the factory. And I wonder if it stays there, or do we start going back in the other direction of having more sidewall on the tire? In this case, obviously it doesn't apply because this is an aftermarket thing and people are going to do that no matter what. But I just, outside of the tire to wheel ratio, I just really don't like the wheels they have the rotational designs to them. Just, you can't beat a good like 5 or 7 spoke. Just nice symmetry, and you can't beat it. You just can't. It's hard to decide. Oh, no. Is this a real R34 and they turned it into a pickup? I mean, we had the El Camero earlier, but the El Skyline with the demonetized doors? And what? It has no mirrors on it. Does it have screens? Is that a mirror screen? I hope it wasn't a real R34 to start off with. Or they just have so much money. They've got like a few R34s and they're like, we're just going to take this one. We're going to do something silly with it because we've got the other ones. Premium door. Is that a gas cap with a CD glued to it? I love it. I love it because it's funny that something I've actually like looked into before is a replacement gas cap. It was like, instead of the standard one, it was a carbon fiber gas cap. And I was like, oh, that'll look kind of cool. And I got the price quote for it. And I was like, I'm going to take a pass on that one. That's not worth. But they were like, hey, why do I need to go spend a bunch of money on a carbon fiber gas cap for contrast when I can just, it's the exact size of a CD. New way to lower your car using OEM struts and springs. We've actually seen, this image looks very familiar. So we're just going to move to the next because I think we've seen it. Nice wing, bro. That is a gigantic wing. And it's mounted the wrong way. I love getting a little bit of lift on the back end of my car. Hey, maybe they did it on purpose. Maybe the weight distribution is, it's a little too back heavy and it's a front wheel drive car. So what they need to do is they need to give a little lift to the back end and it'll put more weight on the front wheels. Calculated. They did the math here and they knew that it would be unwise to have downforce at the back of a front wheel drive car. It's genius when you think about it. Why didn't anybody tell me Ford brought a retro T-Bird back? This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen because if you cover part of the screen, you just look at the front, it works. And somehow it just blends itself into whatever the car it's based on. It's so convincing from the front. And then you get to the middle and you're like, wait a minute. And then the back, I bet the back looks like it's got some nice work going on as well. I need to see a picture of the back. But it just I don't know where the retro stops and the car it's based upon starts because it's so seamless. It just flows and it's incredible. Blade Runner. Part of me just thinks that is probably, I guess, as long as you don't go into like really soft mud when it's just gonna sink in. It seems like this really is only gonna work on like a very, very specific surface. And at the end there, it's about to just sink into the ground. Also, you better hope that none of your friends get too close while they're filming it and they get their foot under. Oh. How does the sub feel about pissy car mods? Are they installing a urinal inside? They're gonna make wait. Are they installing a urinal to the end of the exhaust? Because the exhaust comes out, and I'm fairly certain that toilets are supposed to flow in. This is the second compact Volkswagen car that we have seen rolling coal here in this month. And I hope that this doesn't become a trend. Please don't make this a trend. but also, you know someone is gonna go in there. Someone is gonna be really drunk with a group of friends and be like, did they put a urinal on their exhaust? I'm gonna go in it. And the top for the last month, my cousin's boyfriend's car. Everything's drilled, glued, and painted with normal room paint. I don't know what's happening. Is it just they stuck some plastic boxes on the top of the car to make it look like there's an engine coming out of the hood, but it's just like plastic boxes and stuff? And then I appreciate the clarification of using like just house paints. Just like indoor paint for your walls. I'm just gonna go and grab a can of that stuff we have sitting in the garage and just paint my car with a roller. Heck yeah. That's how they paint cars, right? I can't think of another way to do it. Just like a brush and a roller dipped in some, just some wall paint. Easy. It's basically drywall, right? That's what cars are made. I mean, that might actually be what this stuff is made out of, is just drywall. So there's no better thing for it than drywall paint. Heck yeah. It looks pretty. I mean, the coloring's nice. They colored in the lines, and it's got a cool design, and heck yeah. Just hope you don't scrape it and the thing it shatters all over the place. Well, that's it for the last month of Shorty Car Mods. Make sure that you it's a great sponsor of ours. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get all the notifications if you haven't already. Check out twitch.tv/CaptainSparkles for a dude who looks and sounds pretty similar to me, playing lots of video games. Check the playlist for more Shorty Car Mods. You can get the last Shorty Car Mods video by clicking the end screen up here, Marin Music down below it. And that's it. I'll see you next time.